Today's video is sponsored by Curology. Click my link below to start your Curology journey today. Hi, it's me, Bus Spice, and welcome back to Hot or Rat. And today it's time to meet the queens of Drag Race UK Series 5, of which there are only 10. 2 less cast members than expected, if we were of course to base our casting expectations on the prior 3 seasons of Drag Race UK, which is very interesting. But we'll be going queen by queen to review their candy wrapper promo looks, discuss their Meet the Queens interviews, and take a peek through their Instagrams to get a full picture of who these queens really are. Then after that, we'll take a look at some tea, rumors, and gossip regarding the alleged information of where or where not the 11th and 12th queens may or may not allegedly be, including a now deleted Reddit post floating around online, which was allegedly written by a Drag Race UK BBC producer, alleging some sort of scandal. And then we'll end with some catty fun drama between Veronica Green and Danny Beard, last season's winner, found in the Instagram comments of a promo for Danny Beard's new Drag Race UK after show, The After Shave with Danny Beard. So without further ado, let's get started. Allegedly. I feel like I should change my drag name to Alleged Queen. Like, allegedly I do drag. First up, Tomara Thomas, who's 25 and from Hartlepool. And look, don't get me started on these names from the UK. I am American. I probably will never be able to pronounce all these places over there, but I do my best. Anywho, Tomara starts off our Meet the Queens video with a ton of energy, and she is, as she says, like a tiger in a cage. She's giving loud, energetic, and chaotic fun vibes, and she says she's a showgirl who can dance, tap, and jazz. And her drag presentation is as loud as her personality. We begin to see photos of her in drag appear on Instagram in early 2021, but even before that has apparently been playing with makeup and doing boy looks. And she's got amazing makeup skills, whether she's in boy drag, girl drag, or something in between. This queen can paint, and wow, she's also got a beautiful canvas, tons of beautiful looks on her Instagram. Go check her out. And like her transformation pics, hi Barbie, hi Ken. And her promo look is super gorgeous. I love this kind of prom queen-esque pink candy cellophane wrapper dress with tons of little rhinestones and stuff all over it. I love the clear accented cellophane beneath the pink, giving some texture and dimension there too. She had a clear concept with an immaculate execution. This look is absolutely And next up, a girl after my own succulent loving Texan heart, Miss Naomi Carter, who's 23 from Doncaster and says she's the Beyonce of Doncaster. She also shares that she has Gambian heritage and is excited to show that culture on a huge platform like Drag Race UK. She absolutely radiates positivity in her Meet the Queens interview, and she's someone who I can see definitely being a relatable fan favorite. There's just that sweet, likable genuinosity to her persona that I really enjoy. And the first images of Naomi in drag on her Instagram begin to appear in late 2021, so I assume she's pretty new to the art form, but definitely carrying some good looks throughout her Instagram. And as a special talent, she shares that she can bend her leg beneath her nip. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to see it. Her promo look, though, is interesting, I think, for it being a Drag Race UK promo look, because it very much is giving that hot weather, cactus, deserty vibe with all the different shades of green and the actual, like, cactus succulent bulbs atop her head as her wig. With, of course, rhinestones going down the front, kind of looking like little spines. This is really fun, campy, but also fashionable, and I can tell giving dancey vibes with the movement in the top piece. So, because definitely, but it's like Ru always says, if you can't love yourself, then how are you gonna love anybody else? And one of my favorite ways of loving myself is by taking care of my skin with the sponsor of today's video, Curology. Here's how it works. First, I wash my face with Curology's Acne Cleanser, formulated with benzoyl peroxide to treat and help prevent acne, which is effective, but gentle enough for everyday use. Then at night, I apply my custom formula, prescribed to me by a Curology dermatology provider. This keeps my skin free of breakouts, clogged pores, and blackheads. And finally, I top it all off with a Curology Rich Moisturizer, formulated with hyaluronic acid and shea butter. Check out how amazing my skin looks in these different lighting settings after completing my skincare routine. Makes it kind of hard to think back on the days I used to struggle with frequent breakouts, cystic acne, and excessive forehead oiliness. And when I started my Curology journey, it took only a few weeks to notice those first results. Plus, over time, I've noticed improvements in my skin's fine lines, tone, and texture where I have acne scarring from my younger younger days. Remember though, your results may vary, and Curology isn't a miracle working product, but it's brought a level of consistency to my skin that makes it easy to love myself. Plus, if anything pops up, I just throw on an emergency spot patch and it's pretty much gone overnight. And what I love most about Curology is there's no fuss involved with getting started, and getting products is as easy as going to the mailbox. And you can get started by clicking my link below. On the Curology site, you'll take a quick quiz to assess your skincare needs and send in 3 selfies. Then a dermatology provider will take a look at everything and prescribe you a custom formula and skincare routine to work alongside it. And if you ever have any questions, a dermatology provider is just one click away in the messages tab of the Curology portal, where, by the way, you can manage your upcoming shipments and even add new things to your box, like the Curology sunscreen, one of my favorite products they have in their line. Plus, as y'all know, I love me some Curology lip balm, which I get in my box in the flavor mint every single month. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description box to start your Curology journey today. And a big thanks, as always, to Curology for sponsoring this video and making it easy to love myself. And next up, double the trouble, it's DeDeLicious, who is just 20 years old. My God, the queens are getting younger and younger, and I'm getting older and older. DeDeLicious is from Kent and says she's the drag sister of Crystal Versace. As a reminder, the winner of season 3 of Drag Race UK, whose catchphrase, if you'll remember, was on legs, while Didi's is clown on stilts. And the thing that stood out most to me from her Meet the Queens interview was her talking about putting butter on sandwiches, which gagged me a little bit for sure, because what? You're putting butter on sandwiches? That doesn't make any sense. And I had to look this up. I was like, is she making a joke? Is there a pun I'm not getting? And apparently people in the UK literally put butter on their bread before they like put the actual ingredients on their sandwich. And like, for what? Why are we doing that? Can someone please explain that? Because that sounds really gross to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't tried it. Anyway, back to Didi's drag, which is less controversial than British food. I'll just say that. Her drag is really giving that va-va-voom type of fantasy, both in, of course, her Didi's, which she kind of has named herself after, as well as in the proportions of everything else that she does. Huge, crazy, glam makeup, big, giant double stacks of hair, and giant double shoulder pads. And the aesthetic is very much Crystal's more Vivacious sister. And I'm excited to see the extra layers of personality that she's bringing to her drag and how that'll really play out in the competition. Butter on sandwiches, no thank you. At DeDeLicious' drag, I'll have seconds. This look is hot. And next up, she's been running up that hill. It's Kate Butch, whose drag name is an obvious pun on Kate Bush. And she's 26 from Buxton and says that she is the face, body, fashion, and liar of season 5, who goes on to tell even more jokes in her interview, saying that she's a Hollywood starlet, but with a migraine, and is biologically 26, but mentally in her 60s. All of which I'm pointing out to highlight, it seems that she's got a really big personality. And more importantly, it seems she doesn't take herself too seriously, with Instagram posts and her social media catalog to prove it. She's got outfits in like Bob the Builder 90s, and even further back, she's dressed like Peppa Pig and the shark from I think the Katy Perry meme. And in general, we see tons of theater across her Instagram page, which is a very common thing for Drag Race UK girls when compared with Drag Race US girls, which, I'll say it, I think makes a lot of the challenges like Rusicles over in the UK better than what we see in the US. Her look here in the promo though, I wish she had taken a little more seriously. It's not for me. It's like part kimono, part romper, part, I have no idea really what's going on. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that in different pieces and silhouettes, and the whole effect of it is this very confused blue woman. Plus that dark to light brown ombre wig feels very like season 5 of Drag Race to me, like dated but without a sense of purpose or cause. And overall, this look I'm gonna give a And next up, legs for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, and the midnight snack. It's Banksie, whose drag name is phonetically identical to and a spelling pun on Banksie, the London street artist, whose spray paint art you may recognize like the Balloon Girl one, but also they could be the same person. I mean, Banksie's identity is infamously unknown, and now we have someone here on Drag Race calling themselves Banksie in the UK. Banksie's 23 from Manchester and is over 7 feet tall, something she highlights and shows off in her Meet the Queens interview and promo, which aside from RuPaul herself may indeed make her the tallest queen to ever walk the RuPaul's Drag Race stage. Okay, actually I just tried to fact check that, and I think Tempest du Jour may be the tallest drag queen to ever have hit the RuPaul's Drag Race stage, but that was only for like 1 episode. So if she can beat that, then we may have a record here. Being that tall definitely comes with its own set of struggles, of which she describes having terrible neck back pain from. And like, I can definitely imagine it's probably extremely difficult to find garments that fit her, much less doorways that she can actually walk through on a daily basis, especially over in the UK. But just going through her Instagram a bit, she has definitely found a way to make it all work, and fashionably too. She pulls off this dark, horrible woman who's not nice but looks good aesthetic really well. And she has tons of fashion on her Instagram that accentuates her height and makes her drag visually exciting. I also love her actual promo look, which is this ruffled red chiffon moment with different shades of red, giving lots of dimension to the ruffles as it cascades down. Plus, it's all topped off with a thorny crown with some red crystals dripping down. We love the drama. This look is hot. Next up, Ginger Johnson, who's 34 and from County Durham. And she has been doing drag, as she says, for 15 years under different drag names, which she has apparently changed to be a little more TV friendly, we'll say. Although I'll point out her current drag name is a very obvious pun on, well, Ginger Johnson, Ginger Minge's lost sister. And indeed, if you look through her Instagram, she has documented her drag journey very well over the years, with drag photos dating back to like 2012. And she's got all kinds of versatility showcased on there, gender bent looks, high drag, campy drag, but her current drag is very polished, put together, and very much reads theater professional. And her interview is very much giving life at the party, great host on a mic, like this is the queen you want to hire to run your events. Her promo look though, I'm like 50-50 on. She's giving Willy Wonka candy wrapper top with all those ruffles and giant buttons, very campy and fun with that hair that is both perfect for her name and a gorgeous wig in itself. But what really confused me was when we zoomed out and saw the full look. The pants, the sequins pants, which are a different color, dare I say a wrong color, that don't really match the top for me. And then the white shoes with all this on the bottom is just kind of an afterthought. Like that waist up shot of her in this promo is campy fun, has lots of personality, but the full look top to bottom is going to be a soft rock for me. And next up, Alexis Saint-Pete, who's 29, describes herself as a Polish princess living in London. And she shares with us so she can do splits, kicks, turns, and tricks. And also says she's got an obsession with Alan Carr, who she goes on to describe as a teddy bear. At which point in the interview, the producer is asking her off camera, do you have a crush on Alan Carr? And she kind of just giggles. So we might see a fun little dynamic between those two play out through the show. Who knows? But she may have to fight Jumper's Blonde for Alan Carr, because they were seen holding hands in the airport. They did deny the rumors though, I do have to say that. Anywho, Alexis Saint-Pete, looking at her promo photo, looking at her Instagram catalog of looks, oh my god. Gorgeous, body, face, mug, hi Barbie, high fashion. Like this particular photo I found of her in this beige bodice chiffon dress. Whew. Gorgeous, 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 top to bottom, perfect drag. But her promo look also super gorgeous. She's giving orange dreamsicle with all that beautiful orange color and foil playing off of each other. And I do love that the outfit absolutely says she's a dancing queen with those doubled separate capes that are connected with her arm piece and back. You know the dancing queens, they always have those movable and removable pieces to help them really shine on a stage. This look is fashionable, fun, and hot. And next up, Michael Marouli, who's 39, technically the oldest queen of the cast, who certainly doesn't look it, and hails from Newcastle upon Tyne. I hope I said that little phrase right. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. And she's got one of those accents that, as an American, I have to listen to at half speed with captions to even catch half of what she's saying. But what I caught seems funny and entertaining as hell. And we actually learned that Michael's lived and performed in drag for over 15 years in Gran Canaria, which is an island in Spain. And the drag there is, as she shares, super bright, vibrant, performance-y, and showgirly. Kind of like, to draw a comparison, I would say some of the drag from Las Vegas. Like just looking through her Instagram and even her promo look, you can see there's a very clear, different perspective that she has on drag than a lot of the other UK girls, which I think is gonna make her a really interesting and unique contestant in this cast. Like girl, she's giving professional, entertainer, glam, camp, drama, fashion. I'm living for everything I'm seeing here. And this promo look is a show from top to bottom. She picked a theme of like green snakes and has exemplified that in this curly, wavy Medusa wig, snakes on the shoulders, the movement in the chains dripping from the bodice, and the like snake patterns on the boots. Like girl, she absolutely nailed this. It's a super gorgeous look that's kind of reminding me a little bit of the iconic snake look from Chanel back on season 1. Anyway, this looks absolutely 5 out of 5 hot flames. And next up, I don't remember eating corn. It's Vicki Vivacious from Cornwall. And Vicki says she is fun, flirty, fabulous, glamorous, and Cornish, which is why she spends most of her Meet the Queens interview talking about pasties, which are, if you don't know, a Cornish pastry, which is kind of like an empanada. And I love that not only does she spend most of her interview talking about pasties, but she also has a look on her Instagram, which is so camp. She's got a giant pasty on top of her head as a fascinator with a seagull, I think, coming down to eat it. We live. But Vicki is interesting for more than just her love of pasties. She also apparently is an excellent singer. She even demos her voice in the Meet the Queens, so I'm expecting some interesting musical performance from her. That's all I'll say. This queen feels really funny and fresh, and definitely I think is going to be a good personality that will play well to the cameras. And her looks, also very polished, professional, clean. This baby blue with the giant hat and the feathers dangling down, matching on the bottom of the dress. Super gorgeous, classic, pretty look. Absolutely. Next up, you better get up because it's time to feed the chickens. It's Cara Melle, who's 26 and is originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but now is a London girl. And she talks about how when she was growing up, she never saw any black trans women on TV, but is now excited to be that representation for others on Drag Race UK 5. And she goes on to describe herself as a lip sync assassin, which might be considered a spoiler, but I think it's also a great way to let the audience know to keep an eye on her. And also, wow, is this queen absolutely drop dead gorgeous, going through her Instagram, and tons of great looks that say, yes, she is an excellent performer, and yes, you want to watch her dance. I also have to note though, in her Instagram bio, she describes herself as the Beyonce of the UK. And if you'll remember, we actually heard Naomi describe herself as the Beyonce of Doncaster. So I'm wondering if there's gonna be a little Beyonce versus Beyonce rivalry happening between these two. Anywho, Miss Cara Melle's promo look is absolutely sticky, sweet deliciousness, and perfect both for her name, Cara Melle, because it's like dripping gold pieces of disconnected bodice that look like caramel, and also perfect for the promo theme of them being these like candy wrappers in a candy hard box. Like, did she actually just inspire the promo looks? Because I'm kind of thinking that was possible. Anyway, this look is 5 out of 5 dripping caramels. And now for the drama, the gossip, the rumors, the alleged 11th queen, and information about why this alleged 11th queen is allegedly not in the season. So several months ago, some variation of the text I'm about to read originally appeared on Reddit and was later deleted. And this text is now mostly scrubbed from the internet, but is currently circulating in a video by the YouTube channel The Drama, in a video titled, "This Queen is Disqualified from Drag Race UK 5. And I want to make it totally clear before I read any of this text, it is completely alleged. It is just gossip and unsubstantiated rumor, essentially, at this time, and neither Drag Race UK or the BBC have made any official statements about there being an 11th queen, much less about there being any sort of reason for eliminating such a potential alleged queen. Anyways, here's what it says. I'm involved in the production of Drag Race UK, posting this anonymously for my own protection. The BBC is trying to cover up assault allegations against one of the performers in season 5. Multiple credible assault allegations have been made against Crystal. Both World of Wonder and the BBC are aware, and the performers from previous seasons have corroborated the allegations. The allegations were made after filming had started, and rather than disqualifying Crystal like was done with Sherry Pie, the BBC instead have decided to cover it up. Crystal was given the option to be eliminated in the next unfilmed lip sync with no mention of the allegations. This choice was made because going back to edit footage or remove Crystal would be unreasonably expensive. I've exhausted my ability to influence this issue internally and have no choice but to go public. Given the BBC's terrible track record for protecting abusers, I can't believe this is how they've decided to handle the issue. And again, this post originally appeared on Reddit but was since deleted, and the authenticity of the author was never verified or proven. And while what this person has written should be taken very seriously, it should also be taken, I think, with a grain of salt until we do truly have a verifiable source of information, like from BBC or Drag Race UK on the situation. I mean, right now, they've only even released that there are 10 queens in the cast, and if there is an 11th, that has yet to be seen. Obviously though, if there is an 11th queen named Crystal who appears on the first 2 episodes of the show, then we will start to see there could be some truth in this statement that was originally written by someone on Reddit. I also do definitely want to leave room for Drag Race UK and BBC and World of Wonder to make a statement on their own time regarding this potential alleged cast member, because they very much, if this person exists on the show, could still do the right thing in terms of placing disclaimers and editing out out where necessary, a la Sherry Pie. But all of that remains to be seen. And regarding why there isn't a 12th queen on this cast, most of the online rumor and gossip mills mostly seem to suggest that this person had to drop out before filming even started due to personal reasons. And if that is true, then we will maybe see this queen appear on a future season of UK, but for now, I think it's better to respect their privacy. But girl, this season losing 2 queens before it even gets off the ground, that's rough. And finally, let's take a look at the Instagram drama between Danny Beard and Veronica Green, which appeared on a promo post from Drag Race UK BBC advertising the aftershave with Danny Beard, which is to be a Drag Race UK after show hosted by last year's winner, Danny Beard. In the comments, we see Veronica Green writing, "Drag Race winner hosting an official Drag Race show, ... out of drag. I'm not gagging. Congratulations for getting the opportunity though." To which the Danny Beard responded to Veronica Green writing, "Some of us look alright out of drag though, babes." And this is funny, but especially funny considering Veronica did at one point describe herself out of drag as Gollum. And I think between these two, this is obviously just some fun, playful shade. And we shouldn't take it too seriously, but we should definitely enjoy it. Like, honestly, good marketing, because like, I probably wouldn't have even known this existed without this little Instagram comment back and forth. Props to you, mom. And finally, for my hottest of these promo looks, I'm gonna go with Michael Marouli. And I of course also asked my patrons to vote on their hottest hots, and they voted for Alexis Saint-Pete. And lastly, I wanna say thanks so much to you for watching today's video and to ask you which Queen's promo look was your favorite, and what are you thinking about this new cast of Queens, and are you excited for UK 5? I also want to give an extra special thank you and shout out to today's video sponsor, Curology, who's been keeping my skin consistently clear now for over a year and a half. Please check them out using the link in the description of this video to start your Curology journey today. And I want to give an extra special shout out to Jamie Levitt, Ethereal, and Sable Manson, who've all just joined my Patreon at the tier, and Ashley Brungard, Dorothy Hall, Felicia, Frankie, Jeffrey Steenberg, Laura, Seth, Matthew Burns, Sailor, Sharky, Stephen Topher, Tyler Hendricks MD, and Will and Tana, who are all supporting me at my Bussy Queen Collector tier over at patreon.com/BussyQueen. See you later, love ya, bye.